Hey, it's just so Trish, and it's Wellness Wednesday. So today it is all about perspective. Yes, I'm sitting in my front yard on a couch with every stitch of carpeting in my yard. I lost most of everything yesterday. But it's all about perspective. So here we go. Alright, so my eyes aren't going to conceal me. I will end up probably crying. So, it's all about perspective. We came in to find our house flooded in the morning. Things I'd put up were wet. Every room of the house was wet. The furniture was wet. I don't know how it happened. It didn't come from the roof. I don't know if it came from the floor. I mean, it was wet. We had 6 inches. But nonetheless, it was ruined. So the decluttering began. What really hit me was, I had the snake in the house. And I've really been, and I've talked to y'all about just needing to declutter. And my problem is we probably get stuff that's well due to be rid of. And yet we find and squeeze every last bit of useful life out of it. And because it has useful life, it's hard to get rid of. I know that sounds horrible, but it's just like being in such a consumer society. I hate to be the one just consuming and disposing, if that makes sense. So, I had the snake in the house, and as I was dealing with the snake in the house a couple weeks ago, I really mentally, my dog is really upset that I'm over here and he's not. I really just kind of was like, this stuff is not important. Why am I hoarding it? And I was like, when I'm done, I'm getting rid of this stuff. And you know what? I didn't get rid of it. I like that fleeting moment of, oh my goodness, this stuff can go. Didn't stick around very long. So then the other day I had leaks in the house. And leaking was so, not so bad, but it was like, oh my goodness, I got it. And it really was like, okay, it's time to get started. So God gave me the leak in the house. I wasn't that motivated. I was still like, I don't want to do this. And I don't really want to emotionally go through this. And I want to keep everything kind of deal. And like God knew I wasn't going to do what I was supposed to do. And so I guess he was done dealing with me. Because I'm sitting here and I've been praying. I've been praying like, Lord, I don't even know how to begin. I don't even know what to keep and what to get rid of. Lord, and I'm dragging not garbage, but I'm dragging some useless stuff that takes way more energy to drag and keep and store than it ever is going to give me. The value isn't even there, but I keep it. And I'm just like, Lord, show me. Just give me that freedom of not being tied down. Be careful how you pray. Like, I stopped praying for patience 10 years ago. Because you want to pray for patience, God's going to give you some testimony. No. God's going to give you some trials to give you that patience. And I got the patience. I'm like, oh. But I prayed for that, and I woke up yesterday morning, and he made the decision for me. You know, I've prayed to be able to be blessed with new furniture, that I could throw my furniture out in the front yard. This morning, my furniture is in the front yard. He answered prayer. I'm going to be honest, I'm not really that comfortable with it. But it is here, and I'm going to be faithful in it. The hard decisions that stuff clothes. Oh my goodness, everything that was touching the floor was soaking wet. We were so blessed. Our church family showed up. My husband and I just sat in shock. I was trembling inside. I kept looking at my hands to see if they were shaking, because I could feel my body trembling. And there were people that showed up. They took all, because I was gathering the wet clothes, and they just took the wet clothes and threw them in garbage bags, and like 4 families took them home and started washing them and drying them and cleaning them for us. They came and ripped the carpet out. And the thing about it was like, I was shooken up, and I didn't really, nor my husband, really realized how bad the situation was. You know, we're like, oh, the carpet's wet. This is going to be such a pain in the butt. How are we going to handle it? Until they started ripping out the carpets. I have a feeling we've had mold. At one point when the carpets came up, the smell of the bacteria was swirling and my lungs seized up. We had a lot more damage than we thought. And there's more work than we thought that needs to be done. To the point it might not even be worth saving the house. So it's all about perspective. It's a first world problem. Because I am still blessed with an alternative on my property. I am still blessed with being able to save so much. Probably too much. I do have to go through it and make it less, because it's going to be stored a lot longer than I thought. And as I'm going through, and I'm just in shock yesterday, I knew how good I had it. Because I'm not in Haiti. I'm not going through a class 5 hurricane in a mud shack. I'm not up to my chest in water, holding on my head the few things I could save, and hoping and praying my children are floating behind me. I am blessed. And it's so easy to get caught up in what you think you've lost, and what you think you've been taken from. But at the same time, you forget to count what you have. And I must say, and I'm not going to lie, I think about them and I know I'm blessed. But man, I'll get somebody call me up and they're like, you have your kids and it's going to be okay. God's got you covered. I'm like, you're saying that from a house that hasn't leaked. You're saying that comfortable. I don't know. I have a hard time there. I'm not going to lie. I have a hard time there. Like, oh, you're still got your kids and everybody's safe. And I'm like, and all your stuff is still in the cabinets and you're not thinking about the fact that you just lost your furniture. I guess it comes from perspective. Not to make a long video, but it's a long video today. I'm going to probably show you more of what has happened on inside. Yeah, that might be where the cough comes from, that house. But you got to remember what you have. And the part that comes to me is like, none of this is a shock to God. God's not even shocked that it was us. He picked us for this. He knew it was coming, and He knows what we need. And we have what we need. Symbols that we have what we need. I lost some books. That was hard. I lost some of my favorite books. But at the same time, I'm looking at my book collection, and I'm looking at my books, and I'm going, I know I have too many. I mean, stick to the quality to hoard, not the quantity. So I have to work through that. I have to put stuff up. And it really comes down to that discipline of, what is it here and now I'm going to use, and not just to have all my stuff out. So, there you go. So my videos are going to be a little late this week. Everything's kind of a mix-up, mess-up. But this too shall pass. I can't even talk today. And God is good all the time. And all the time He is good. And I know that. So I love y'all. Perspective. You got to keep perspective. And I'll tell you, I've been through, well, nothing of this gratitude, but I've been through some serious stuff in my life to know that perspective is painful and typically expensive. But man, it changes your view. It changes your life. And be thankful for the trials, because it's the trials and tribulations that give you perspective to be able to handle things. You can handle things and break down. I've broken down a few times. Like, I'm good. I know that there's something wonderful in the plan for us from God. But it doesn't mean that the journey isn't a bit trying on the heart. So I will have times I'll break down, but that's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And we got a hurricane coming. So who knows? It could get even more turbulent before the sunshine. So we'll see. We'll see how the week goes. Lots to do. Mostly right now it's just keeping stuff in a way that could be safe. So I had to do a call out. I did a call out on Facebook, and oh my goodness, plastic totes. I was like, I need plastic totes because we could get more water. So if I can put things in plastic totes that will stay safe, that will be good. So yeah, I will talk to you later. Peace out.